Here are today's top stories from the Pna Headlines. The Department of Health warns the public against spreading misinformation regarding an alleged international health concern that is making its rounds on social media. The DOH was reacting to reports of an alleged new epidemic of respiratory diseases allegedly overwhelming hospitals and crematoriums in China. In a statement, the DOH said there has been no confirmation from the World Health Organization or China on the matter. It said reliable sources also do not support the claims related to the alleged health concern. The DOH noted that the Philippines is an active participant in the WHO Member States Network, which provides reliable updates on international health concerns. It added that the country's disease surveillance systems are in place and working. Meanwhile, the DOH cautions the public not to spread misinformation and cause panic and confusion, and instead rely on information from official channels. It assured that it is actively verifying all information and will keep the public updated. Social media posts claim that the epidemic in China involved multiple viruses including influenza A, HMPV, Mycoplasma pneumoniae, and COVID-19. The Chinese embassy in the Philippines has dismissed the reports. The public can now buy new affordable varieties of rice as part of the Department of Agriculture's Rice for All initiative starting this January. The DA is launching the Sulit Rice and Nutri-Rice, which will be available at Kadiwa ng Pangulo Centers nationwide, selected public markets, and train stations in Metro Manila. Sulit rice consists of 100% good quality broken grains, which are sold for 35 to 36 pesos per kilo. Nutri-Rice, priced at 37 to 38 pesos per kilo, is one pass-milled variety that provides fiber and essential vitamins and minerals. The DA will also continue offering rice for all at 38 to 39 pesos per kilo. DA spokesperson Assistant Secretary Arnel de Mesa assured the public that there is enough rice supply. The DA aims to recover palay production and reach 20 million metric tons this year to sustain the program. The Philippine government vows to look into the case of a slain overseas Filipino worker in Kuwait and seek justice for the victim. Department of Migrant Workers Secretary Leo Cacdac said a lawyer is now monitoring the case while the prime suspect is already in custody and is being investigated. Cacdac identified the victim as a female OFW who has been in Kuwait for the last 5 years and had worked already for 2 employers. He said the victim was at first believed to have absconded her contract sometime in October 16, around the same month she had last communicated with her family. Kuwaiti authorities would later report the discovery of the OFW's body on December 28. Cacdac confirmed that the prime suspect has a previous criminal record, although the details of the crime remains unclear. The Philippine government has vowed to repatriate the OFW's remains and provide financial assistance for the victim's burial and other related expenses. Cacdac, meanwhile, said the government hopes to allay concerns about the safety of Filipino workers in Kuwait, especially those undergoing employment transfers. The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, or MMDA, appeals to the public to make responsible garbage disposal part of their New Year's resolution. This came after the MMDA reported the collection of massive amounts of garbage around Metro Manila after the New Year's celebrations. The MMDA said their personnel have collected 29.16 tons, equivalent to about 7 truckloads or over 1,300 garbage bags, which were left behind by New Year revelers on January 2. The collected trash included soiled paper plates and cups from medianoche and used firecrackers. The MMDA called on everyone to be responsible with their trash. Meanwhile, it assured that they will continue to conduct daily cleanup operations to maintain cleanliness all over Metro Manila. In sports news, the Philippine Sports Writers Association has proclaimed Olympic gymnast Carlos Yulo as its 2024 Athlete of the Year. The PSA will award the honor to Yulo in its coming awards night on January 27 to be held at the Grand Ballroom of the Manila Hotel. In a news release, the PSA said it recognized Yulo for making history as the first ever Filipino athlete to win 2 gold medals in the 2024 Paris Olympics. It said Yulo's triumph was a fitting follow-up to weightlifter Heidelin Diaz's Olympic gold win in the women's 55-kilogram class final at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. For his part, PSA President Nelson Beltran thanked Yulo for his outstanding performance in the Olympics. Yulo topped the men's floor exercise and vault to win the double gold. The 24-year-old gymnast became the first since Pia Adel Reyes in 1997 to be recognized as the Athlete of the Year. Aside from the Athlete of the Year, several awards are also lined up, such as the NSA of the Year, major awardees in other sports, President's Award, Executive of the Year, citations, Tony Sidayaw Awards, as well as the Hall of Fame and special recognition to Filipino Olympians. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the PNA Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website, pna.gov.ph, or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The PNA Headlines is also streamed via the Servisyo Facebook page. You may also watch the PNA Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under PNA News. I'm Wilnard Baselonia. This is the PNA Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.